Okay, we're here to talk about Nosferatu, the new film hitting theaters this Christmas Day. Not the holiday film you would expect. And if you're kind of burnt out on all the Netflix and Hallmark love stories, this one has a twist for sure in that gothic tone. Also, I got to say a very special shout out to producer director Robert Eggers for sending me this cool hoodie, which I'm wearing here now in honor of Nosferatu, and I appreciate that. And it's comfy, it's warm, it's big. Perfect time to wear it is this time of year, especially when we're talking about one of the best Gothic horror films ever. There's been a few films based on Nosferatu, going back to the German film in 1922. Since then, there has been so many films about vampires, Dracula, Transylvania. I mean, it's everywhere. Even Sesame Street has its own count. We've seen it in animated form. We've seen it in funny form. We've seen it in scary form, almost to the point that vampires in general have been sort of watered down. They don't really have the same bite that they used to. Well, that's not the same with Nosferatu. This thing is chilling and terrifying, so be ready to be traumatized once again. Fans of Gothic horror will love every single bite of this one. The tone, the cinematography, the layout, the landscape, the characters, the makeup. Everything about this is a traditional film. You don't know if it was filmed yesterday or 50 years ago. That's how it looks, and that is the perfect setting for this Gothic style thriller. The main character is Ellen, played by Lily Rose Depp, who does a fantastic job. And she is this new young bride who many years before got latched on to Count Orlok in some kind of a fever dream. He has become obsessed with her and is going to stop at nothing until he takes over her body and soul, and he's going to leave a wake of destruction in his path. Much of the film centers around Ellen's possession, and she's staying with two friends who get caught up in this by association alone, and I think their story is the most tragic of how it turns out. My favorite character by far, other than Count Orlok, is Professor Franz, played by Willem Dafoe, who does an amazing job here. He seems to be the only person who knows what's going on. His character is so organic, it's so in the moment. You would almost think that Willem Dafoe had lived through what takes place here in this story and is just recounting it, saying, I know what's going on. You people need to listen to me. His character jumps out of the screen. It's a lot of fun to watch. But it still isn't campy. It isn't funny. It fits in the style of what Eggers is trying to do here. Some of the creepiest moments of this film take place at Orlok's castle. Ellen's husband is traveling there, what he thinks is on a business venture, but it's all in this plot for Orlok to take over Ellen and to get to her. And while the husband is at the castle, it is just some of the scariest, creepiest moments. Orlok isn't this fly into the room with a cape kind of a vampire. He is the lurking in the shadows, the quiet, the in the corner. You don't really even know he's there. And when he attacks, it is so ferocious. It's not just a simple bite and sucking of blood. It is a devouring, and it is really, really skin crawling to watch. Which means this film is certainly not for anybody who is squeamish, or if you're not a fan of Gothic horror, and you might even wait until after the new year thinking Christmas is just not the time I want to watch this. And that's fine. Just make sure you see it, and if possible, see it on a big screen. It is rated R. It's got some bloody, horrible violence in it, some graphic nudity as well. The overall theme and the drama, not for the young folks in your house, but fans of vampires, Nosferatu, classic cinema, wonderful cinematography, and this Gothic horror genre. You are going to love every single minute of this one. I'm willing to admit I was surprised. I didn't know what to expect going into it. I thought it was silly to be released on Christmas Day. I went into award season wondering where it was going to fit, and it turned out to be probably one of my top 3 films of the year. It made a lot of notches on my end of year ballot for award season, and I think you're going to appreciate it as well. For more of what we do, follow us at theentertainmentanswer.com or like, follow, and subscribe here.